Politeknik Üniversitesi Kimya Mühendisliği bölümünde profesör. Please Roberto, the floor is yours. And you will talk about composite materials in circular economy, opportunities and challenges.
Thank you, Kerem, very much. Welcome, everybody, or as we say in Italian, buon pomeriggio a tutti. Can I have the remote control? Yes. Thanks. So my task today is to discuss with you the basics of circular economy and how we can apply those principles to composite materials. A short slide to present ourselves. We are the European Composites Industry Association, and we are the voice of the European composite sectors across the entire value chain, starting from raw materials to OEMs and final customers. Our mission is to support the sustainable growth of our industry and to promote at the same time the development of a flourishing business environment, taking advantage of the combined expertise of all our members, which are in these slides. So the association is mainly made by national composites associations, and we have, as you can see, also Turkey in our membership, and recently Poland joined as well. So altogether, we represent about 85% of the total market share in Europe. And then we have also sector members like the epoxy and the unsaturated polyester resin groups in CEFIC. EPTA is the European Pultruders Association. SMC, BMC is to promoting those materials and technologies. And finally, last but not least, TechFab Europe, which is for technical textiles. We have sponsors, and our main partner is JEC, which is organizing the JEC World Show in Paris, beginning of next year in March. Our 5 pillars are to position ourselves in the European society, advocate to make sure that decision makers take the right decisions, which is not always so trivial, facilitate the growth of the industry by creating a sustainable business environment, educate designers, engineers, and students to the understanding of composite materials, and provide a platform for EuCIA members to network and share knowledge and expertise all over Europe. The first question which I will try to ask together with you is, are composite materials circular materials or not? This is our first answer to this question. Definitely, composite materials enable advanced, lightweight design, so they improve performance on all transportation applications and have definitely a lower environmental impact compared to other materials. But they also provide a long service life, so they are durable. And this is clearly an advantage because it allows us to extend the lifetime of a component beyond the end of use of the product, because at the end of use of the product, the material is still in good shape and can be reused, repurposed or repaired to extend the lifetime, which is not always the case with other materials. So we have those two good properties that combine together make composite materials the ideal materials for the net zero target in 2050. In the diagram, you see that you can move from a few years to 100 years or more, depending on the application. But at the end of use of a boat, for example, okay, the boat cannot be used anymore for several reasons, or the owner doesn't want to use it. But the material of which the boat is made is still can be reused and extend the lifetime of the material itself. when eventually the material comes to the end of life, which is not the end of life of the product, but is the end of life of the material, it can be recycled, and many technologies are already available, and more are under development, and we will see changes in the near future. So basically, composites are circular material because they can be recycled in both open loop and closed loop processes. So the answer to the question is yes, and we should be proud of our materials that will be able to contribute to both net zero targets and environmental protection. And there's no question about that, and this does not depend on the Commission and the new Commissions versus the old Commission. The commitment of Europe in terms of circularity is out of question. There are so many documents right now, and some are cited in this slide, and more will be published in the future that make us sure that circularity in the future will be a requirement for all materials. So we have to prepare for that. There are several sustainability examples around the world, and I was told that yesterday the new edition of the Composite Sustainability Report of the JEC Composites magazine was published. So I invite you all to go to the JEC website and download it. We have been collaborating with JEC, and not only as Europeans, but also as partners of JEC, to be sure that the contents of this issue, of this report 2024, are in line with all the principles, and I hope that you will find it an interesting reading. For us, it was an inspiring job to be able to collect initiatives and case studies from all over the world, and I can assure you that this is a very interesting reading for all people interested in sustainability of composite materials. The second question I would like to answer together with you today is what are the volumes to be recycled? So how much composite waste is around in the market at the moment? We have been developing a model which is based on GDP, so gross domestic product figures, and we have been combining the results of our model with the JEC market survey, which has global figures, the Composite Germany market survey, which is related to Europe only, and based on the year of introduction of each individual application of composite materials and the typical lifespan of the application itself, we were able to get some projections on those data. Obviously, the circularity strategy can be different per market segment because it depends on the purity of waste stream, legislation constraints, logistics. But there are also very interesting initiatives. For example, the wind energy sector called for a landfill ban of dismissed wind blades by 2025 in Europe, and this is quite a challenge. And the automotive and electrical sector composites waste is more difficult to treat, but there is a strong push of the European Commission in order to solve these problems. So we will see progresses in the future. This is our model, so you have all the individual sectors squeezed down on the horizontal axis, but the blue dotted line is the cumulative trend, and which is compared with the horizontal black dotted line at the top, which is the total thermosetting consumption in Europe in 2024. And what you see is that pretty soon the amount of waste in Europe will reach the level of the entire yearly production. So this is something that we will have to take care and we have to take care of it now because tomorrow it will be too late. We know that there are many recycling options, and there are typically 5 types of recycling methods. One is reprocessing into cement. The second one is to grind the material and use it as a filler for other products like plastics or asphalt. Then you have reclaiming methods, methods that allows you to reclaim separately fibers and resins from the composite materials that can be based on temperature, and they are called thermal methods like fluidized bed, depolymerization, or pyrolysis. They can be based on pressure, like pressolysis, or they can be chemical, like solvolysis. So there is a large a number of options that you can go through if you have to recycle your material at the end of life. A little bit of more information on the treatment of composite material in cement kilns. This is at the moment our preferred route to be able to dispose composite materials properly. The glass fibers and the fillers can be very good raw materials for cement production. And most of them, well, actually the fibers, are in their oxide form, so they don't have to be oxidized during the production of cement, which means a lot less CO2 emissions when you're using composites as feedstock for the cement production. And the resin is also very finely dispersed into the material, and it will contribute to the burning process with a much higher efficiency than conventional types of fuels like pet coke. So at the end, you will have a lot less CO2 emissions and less energy consumption. We produced a technical document and deposition paper on this particular process. If you want to know more into the detail what it's all about, go to our website in our Knowledge Hub. This is the final result of the analysis that we have been running on EuCIA of cement reprocessing. So you not only save on CO2 emissions, and you can save about from, let's say, 300 kilograms up, depending on the type of product, CO2 emissions per ton of cement that you produce or per ton of waste that you treat. And you can also save a considerable emission compared to incineration, which is the red column in the diagram to the left, which amounts to a total of an amazing 830 kilograms of CO2 savings per kilogram, per ton of waste compared to incineration. So it's a very, very interesting way to proceed for if you have to treat your end-of-life composites. And to the right, you have also a very good advantage in the abiotic research depletion, which means fossil fuels that are saved by this type of waste treatment. And this study has been conducted in cooperation with many European associations that you have listed at the bottom of this slide. But being reprocessing into cement the solution for today, we also have to have a look at what is for tomorrow. So let's go beyond the reprocessing into cement. Obviously, when you are treating composite materials with more sophisticated types of processes, like thermal or chemical processes, you have to account for a larger use of energy compared to reprocessing into cement. So you are saving energy, as we said in the previous slides in the previous process, and you will be spending energy in the next types of recycling processes. But no matter of the recycling process, you will see that there will be a significant advantage in terms of CED indicator for reclaiming virgin carbon fibers, that's for sure. You see that the energy content of a virgin carbon fiber is out of scale compared to the energy values that we are considering, but also considerable savings compared to the virgin resin. So there is a strong driver in the industry, not only to recover fibers, but also to recover the resin, so to have the two products reclaimed from the original product. We don't have time to go into the details, but there are a lot of improvements in this sector and more to come. Obviously, not all the fibers can be treated by the same process. We don't have time to go into this very complicated diagram, but this is just to give you the flavor of the fact that depending on you willing to treat carbon fiber reinforced composites or glass fiber reinforced composites, you will have to choose your process carefully. For example, reprocessing into cement is 100% suitable for glass fibers, but is not suitable at all for carbon fibers. And for carbon fibers, of course, you have the pyrolysis process that allows you to recover the fibers at a reasonable price. But as you see, more are to come in this list. I guess I will skip this. Okay, we have been focusing on recycling, but recycling is only a small portion of the total circular strategy that we can apply to our materials. So let's look at the waste hierarchy that is codified into the Waste Framework Directive, which is in place in Europe. So before your waste is generated, you should try hard to prevent waste generation. And there are many ways of doing that. Then you should rethink your product in order for your product to be more sustainable. And this is and circular. And this is definitely a design activity, which is for products of the future. For the products of the past, you should try to apply all our strategies. We start from reuse, repair, refurbish, repurposes, etc., etc. And this applies to the product. We already saw the recycling part, which only applies to the material. So it's a matter of what material you are treating. And then you have the energy recovery, which is incineration. And then finally, you are left with disposal. So before arriving to recycling, there are other actions that we can undertake to make our products more sustainable. So we have been developing this classification scheme in which the very last step, recycle your material, is in position 9. And the best solutions, I will skip refuse, but I will concentrate on rethink and reduce, are for the products of the future. So we will have to redesign our products to be more sustainable and more circular. In between those two extremes, we have 5 actions which are highlighted in yellow in this diagram that are opportunities to extend the lifetime of the component, so to delay the component and the material to become a waste. And at the bottom of each category, you find the definition. Definitions in red are coming from the ISO 59000 series, which is devoted to circular economy strategies, and the ones in blue are from the Waste Framework Directive, the European Wasteful Directive. So we can reuse, repair, refurbish, remanufacture, and repurpose easily our products because the material of which they are made is durable. So it will last longer than the life of the product. How much time do I have, Karem? 2 minutes to conclude? Okay. So that's the message. we need to work together to take composite circularity to the next level. We have to understand the barriers to a well-established circularity value chain, and we have been working a little bit on that, and we identified probably the waste transportation and the waste codes that are required, as well as remanufacturing and marketing possible bottlenecks of this action. But technology is there, products are there, so we only have to work hard to remove or ease those bottlenecks. Examples of Action 1, we have been conducting a waste survey in 2023 and the recycler survey the following year. And now we are planning to generate more data on LCA for different recycling processes apart from reprocessing into cement. We have to promote cooperation across the value chain, not only cooperation among associations, and we are in a good position at the moment with several position papers jointly published between Wind Europe, EBI, which is the European Boating Industry Association, ourselves, Sembureau and CEFIC. And we want to launch a Circular Composites Alliance to promote cooperation across the entire value chain of the European industry, so we can really work together with raw material producers, associations, and OEMs to make sure that composite materials of the future will be truly circular and the composites from the past can be treated properly. So our roadmap is continue to communicate, develop a knowledge base, promote stakeholder cooperation, but most of all, act to make those things happen in reality. And I would like to quote a sentence from the chairman of our sustainability committee: let's take control of our own destiny. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Roberto. Roberto, it seems to be that the cement co-processing to be a very nice solution, so we don't need any other solution.
Well, this is not the ideal solution, but this is the solution for today, simply because we don't have to build extra capacity for treating composite materials into cement kilns, because cement kilns are spread all over. And they also have another very good characteristic, which is important for recycling. They are finely dispersed in the territory, so you don't have to transport your waste across long distances. But that's not the ideal solution, because we are converting a high-value material into a relatively low-value material. So we are not satisfied with that. We want to upgrade our recycling processes, maybe in the future, to be able to retain 100% of fibers and 100% of resin, and to reuse them into new products at 100% properties. That's an issue.
Yes, but like you said, there are many cement factories all over the various coasts, so even the transport of waste, cement waste, that's very moving, waste recycling sector. You end up with a piece of wash. How are you going to solve this problem? Because usually that's the waste, waters and that's one of the bottlenecks that we identified. It has to do with logistics problem, planning problems, and the size of the recycling lines. But we see that into the market there are initiatives on recycling of the materials are flourishing. They are sprouting out everywhere. We have a new plant which is opening, a new type of process that is activated. So we are there at the very beginning, but I think that the track is very important, as we will see in the sector. But let me say, the two bottlenecks at the moment is the market demand. There must no market request for recycling materials are very little at the moment. So we have to work together with the authorities and the OEMs to make sure that there is a market for the good recycled composite materials that we use. Otherwise, oh yeah, like we are organizing a webinar on this reprocessing of composite materials into cement kilns. So especially dedicated to the LCA analysis. So for those people sitting in this room that want to know more about the LCA data or the environmental impact of reprocessing into cement, then please send a request to us and we will send you the link. So that it's
Thank you very much. Evet, panelimizin son konuşmamız ise Yalçın Bey olacak. Kendisi kimya mühendisliğinden geldi ama elektrik yüksek mühendisi olarak bize birazdan
Buldun mu?
EuCIA birlikte biz olacakları işbirliği yarışmasında birazdan doktor ve Avrupa Uzay Mühendisliği ve bilgi verirse memnun olurum. Bu arada Yalçın Bey hakkında kısa bilgiler defayla kendisi 80'de tam 2020'de GE'de çalıştı. İlk başkanlığı gelmiş. Ayrıldıktan sonra Benim İstanbul ve Hocalık Çalışmaları Boşluğu'nun çalışmasında kendisi aynı zamanda İzmir'de Uluçlar, Cevik, Havacılık Mühendisliği Boşluğu'nun Havacılık ve Uzay Mühendisliği Derneği'nin yönetim kurulu üyesi ve genel sekreteri. Ayrıca Sasal Faaliyet Teknoloji Bankası Başkanlığı ve Avrupa Havacılık Mühendisliği Platformu'nun üyesi. Teknoloji Çalışma Grubu'na başkanlığı geldiğini yapıyor.
Ben çok teşekkür ederim. Ben müsaade ederseniz Sayın Başkanım biraz ayağa kalktım. Yaşlılıktan beri kalktım. Çok teşekkür ediyorum. Burada kalanlara öncelikle teşekkür ediyorum. Çünkü çoğu iyi dostları kaybettik biraz evvel. Bizim hatamız birazcık da. Şöyle ben teşekkür ediyorum tekrar Sürdürülebilirlik Komitesi'ne bizleri kabul ettikleri için. Kompozit Sanayicileri Derneği'ne teşekkür ediyorum bizlerle işbirliği içinde. Ben sürdürülebilirliği biraz daha farklı, yani sadece circular economy diye görmüyorum maalesef. O birazcık olayı dar görüşte düşünürsünüz veya vurursunuz beni. Size şöyle kötü bir haber vereyim. O Green Deal için ayrılan 330 milyar dolar şu anda savunmaya ayrıldı Avrupa'da. Bilginiz olsun. Avrupa farklı bir yerlere gidiyor. Sadece bu iş için hani sınırda güvenlik, şunlar bunlar, biraz bir şeyler değişecek. Farklı bir takım dinamikler geliyor ama hani sen niye bunlarla ilgileniyorsun? Biz de havacılık tarafında bu konular bizi ilgilendiriyor. Ben Sayın Başkanım da söylediği gibi çok eski GE'ciyim. Tıp sektöründe de çalıştım ama şu anda kompozitlerin daha yüksek katma değerli yerlerde ve endüstrilerde çalıştırılması konusunda bir aradayız. Bir tane sevgili dostum var. Ege'de güzel bir meslek yüksek okulumuz var. Orada çocuk yetiştiriyoruz. Türkiye'nin ilk kompozit laboratuvarını da küçük orada kurduk. Neden burada konuşuyorum? Ben aynı zamanda da Avrupa Havacılık Kümelenmeler Platformu'nda bir çalışma grubunun içindeyim. Bu çalışma grubunda daha doğrusu bu kümelenmelerin içinde platformda 18 tane ülkeden 45 tane kümelenme var. 45 kümelenme ciddi bir network. Yani sürdürülebilirlik için böyle bir network'e ihtiyacınız var. O network'ün getirdiği şeylerden bir tanesi farklı kümelenmelerle, farklı işbirlikleriyle içinde Avrupa'da ve dışarıda çalışmalar yapmak. Bir tanesi de biraz sonra imzalayacağımız niyet mektubunda görüleceği gibi Avrupa Composite Derneği ile bir işbirliğini yürütmek istiyoruz. Bizim başka işbirliklerimiz var. Avrupa Seramik Kümelenmeleriyle, robotikle farklı yerlerde de var. Burada bizim beklentimiz sadece hani çimentoya götürelim mi götürmeyelim mi değil. Ama gerçekten kompozitin daha yüksek katma değerde, daha circular ekonomi içinde nerelerde yer alabileceği konusundaki işbirlikleri. Ben çok fazla sözü uzatmak istemiyorum. Sayın Başkan'a ve değerli üyelere teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Bizim zannediyorum bir
Evet,
imza
bir seremoni olacak
var.
şimdi.
Tekrar teşekkür ediyorum değerli vaktiniz için. Sağ olun.
Siz böyle buyurun isterseniz. Geçin.
Please, sir. Age before beauty.
You go first.
My- Is this here?
Yeah.
Well, today is the 11th, right?
Yeah.
And I do that one as well, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's true.
Now is your turn to conclude the...
Yes, please.
Please. It's compliment. Teşekkür ederiz.